righty. Hopefully this is working. I spent about an hour and a half earlier today making sure that I wouldn't have any of the issues that I've been having previously on live streams, like the volume and video not matching up. So hopefully we've got none of those issues this time. I moved it closer to I got an internet extender and I got it closer. So hopefully all of those issues are resolved and we won't have any of those things on this stream. Once again, my name is Jesse. This is Generations Woodcraft. I know it's been a while since I've been on, so I do appreciate everyone out there watching with me today. It's been, I think it's been almost 2 months since I did a live, and maybe about 2 months since I've done a video. Oh, someone said sound. So are you not able to hear me? Or can you hear me? Are we good? I'm assuming we're good. Let's see here. Hello, nice to see you back on. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, it's good to see you back at it. I appreciate that. Yes, you sound good. Okay. And then sound. All right. So, we are, it's good. Perfect. All right. Hear you fine. And it's good. Good. Glad to hear that. All right. So, well, let's see here. When it comes to the summer, how's everyone doing out there? Guys working on, ladies and gentlemen, you working on anything that you're proud of in the shop? Any mistakes you've learned from, anything like that? I always love to hear that. So please go ahead, put that in the chat, either now or later if you watch this later on. It's hot. I mean, that's something that I'm pretty sure everyone's dealing with the heat. It is crazy hot, and my little 110 air conditioning it's doing what it can in this little shop, but it's been rough out here in the shop when I do get to come out here. Glad to see you. Wondered if you had escaped from the mental ward. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes. I work in construction, but very, very busy and very hot. Oh, construction. Yes. Let's see here. Back to turning. Okay, awesome. Doing some turning out there. I have yet to do that. Working construction, I guess that's rough. I don't really do anything right now. Well, that's not true. I take care of my family right now. Probably going to have to, get back to the workforce, but the heat has just been horrendous. But the good news is that winter always comes, and I'm not one of those people who beg for summer to come in the winter. I actually don't mind if it's cold. It's easier to work in a cold shop than a hot shop. Now, if I'm wrong there, you let me know. But it's easier to warm up than it is to cool down. Let's see, what do we got here? Too hot to work out in the shop, no AC out. Yeah. I got lucky that I have that one little AC that I do, so I can keep it to where it's not, when it's 100 degrees outside, it's probably high 80s in here, which is enough to work in. I got lucky that it was raining today in my little part of Missouri, so it's actually hasn't been that hot. And with the AC running, it's colder now. My electricity bill is taking a hit, but finally got a couple commissions, so if nothing else, I'll just be breaking even with the let's see, he worked for an electric company 30 years, hot, cold, and everything in between. Yeah. I can imagine that. I really, like I said, I prefer cold. I always got the saying, I can keep putting on clothes until I'm warm, but when I can only take so many off till I get arrested. So I would rather definitely deal with the cold. And then when you're working in the shop anyways, if you're working hand tools or if you have power tools on, as long as you don't have sleeves, the just working in the shop kind of heats you up. So I don't have, I would definitely prefer cold. Plus I'm a big dude. So, big dude, a lot of hair. Cold is always better for me anyways. So first off, the couple things I wanted to go over with you. Besides, we always do a Q&A. So even if I don't get to them right away, since I don't have thousands upon thousands of people typing in here, I can always get to your questions. So feel free to leave a question. I'll get to it as soon as I can. And if you write a question in here after, I read, and some of you may have already noticed that I try to actually, I think I'm pretty good. Even the ones that are not so nice to me, I respond to every comment that's ever put on one of my videos. So if you leave, you read this later, you'll definitely get a response if you ask a question or anything like that. I agree. Cold chop is much better than a hot one. Outdoors at work, we don't notice it until the end of the day. Lots of water. Yeah. When I was in the Marine Corps, we did. Whew, we did cold weather training and desert training, and desert training was so much better than cold weather. Cold weather has its own issues, like we had to dig it's funny if you we had to do an ice. I forgot the exact name for it, but basically, you had to dig a big hole into just what's just ice and snow. Then you dig out a little shelf where you sleep on. You put one little candle, sterno candle, in there, and then you cover it up, and that actually keeps you warm. And they told us, they said, whatever you do, no matter how hot or cold you think you're going to get, don't sleep in your clothes because you will sweat, and then you're going to wake up colder than you've ever been in your life. People did that, and that's what happened. They sweated because it got hotter than they thought in their sleeping bag. They woke up drenched in sweat. Then that was it. They got out and they were freezing, and so anyways, kind of going off topic there. You notice down here it says living Livia Loco. Crazy summer has been crazy. Now, I think I mentioned before that I do have special needs kids, and love them to death. If any of you have ever dealt with special needs kids, autism specifically is what we have in our household. You know that things like summertime, like getting off of your schedule, like things like that, can just basically just wear you out. And it's been a rough summer. It's been a rough summer, not in a bad way, like someone's going to get hurt or there's a bad juju or anything like that. Just rough in the fact of trying to live every day. Trying to not live as in, but you know what I mean? Just trying to make it through every day. Just in the art of living itself. So with that said, a few other things that we're dealing with over the summer. My son's back from college, which is cool, but that's just another person in the house. We have that going on, and then we have our normal health issues and things like that every family does. I have decided that from here on out, summers I need to prepare for next summer. So next summer, during the next 6, 7, 8, 9 months until next summer comes around and the school starts again, I'm going to be making videos in advance. So I think every summer I'm going to have a series. Now, on the videos, there is another thing that I want to go over with you. And honestly, I need to first off say that I was wrong, which doesn't happen very. No, I'm kidding. That I was wrong. I assumed that. So when I started this, the first video I did, I always thought would be my last one. I just wanted to put my shop out there and kind of see what happens. The shop video got some likes. I enjoyed making the videos so much that I just kept making them. Then the dollar store video hit. It took about 3 weeks, and then for whatever reason, YouTube ran with it. People liked it. A lot of you might even know me from that one video and then just watch the rest of them. But all those videos were made just because I was like, let me showcase my hobby. Let me showcase what I learned in here, because I've always mentioned that the shop is more than that. You all know the story of how I got in the shop, about my dad and all that. And I have a really good video in mind that's going to basically be about my dad, but about the loss of my parents and what brought me here, and then basically my learning and everything that I get from being in the shop. To not get too personal, basically, as of right now, I didn't lose my job, but I am in between. Because I'm in between jobs, I said, let me see if I can make the one thing that I love to do, business. And I thought other people might actually like to see that too. The truth is, I don't think anyone does. As soon as I made that change, and then I said, I'm going to start bringing the videos along with that. One, the video stopped being watched like almost altogether, which could be a coincidence, could not be. Two, I've lost subscribers along the way. I don't think I've gained. I've been stuck at 77,000 600 or 400 for however long. I mean, it has not gone up. I've actually, over the last 30 days, I'm down 25 or something like that. And even though that was not what I intended when I started doing this, I mean, I thought when I got to 1,000 subscribers, yeah, I'll make a few bucks. I could buy tape for the shop and things like that, off ad revenue. But I decided that what I'm going to do is go back to the way it was before. What brought most of everyone here was the fact that I was just a dude talking about my shop, what I've learned, making it, all the life lessons I've learned, and stuff like that, and not about making smalls in a business. Because I mean, let's be honest, even I got bored. There's only, I do love being in the shop, even if it's making, what they call smalls. And I'm assuming you all know what that is, but if you don't, smalls would be things like cutting boards and anything that you can ship and package and send off, right? Making those, if I could get paid making those, I will do it, and I will enjoy every bit of it because woodworking is always fun to me. But this channel is not about that. So you will not see any of that business stuff creeping into this anymore. So when I do my live streams, it's going to be like it used to be, which is just going to be me talking about woodworking, what I've been doing the last 2 weeks, hobbies, what I've learned, mistakes I've made, because there have been plenty and there always will be. Life, might talk baseball. You never know what you're going to get when I do a live stream here. Since I pretty much spend most of my time at home and I don't have anyone that I work with, this is basically my this is how I get to talk here. This is my what do you call it? My companionship. And then my videos are going to go back to the way I'm going to go back to making videos that I think that I like, and then I just hope people continue to like them instead of. For a while there, I was trying to make videos that I think other people wanted to watch. I watched way too many videos on how to make videos, and I just got way out of my. There's still things I can improve on, and I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be focusing too heavy on trying to make this a business, because there's already people that have 100,000 subscribers that have their own business. Especially people like what is it, 731 Matt Outlaw. He's got a great channel, and that's what he does. At least that's what he used to. I don't know if he's ever, maybe he switched over to all content now. But anyway, so it's kind of an apology wrapped into a I guess you guys saying I told you so, because I know I got a couple messages saying that they didn't think they would enjoy that as much. And they could be some of the people that left, so they might not be watching this, but that's okay. You live, you learn. So I got a lot of videos planned in the future, going back to things like, just like I got a couple projects that I'm going to work on that if I kept focusing on the business and making all my videos about trying to get my business, which isn't doing very right now. I got some commissions finally, but it took a while to get there. And I knew it was going to anyways, but anyways, that's just, that's what the main reason of this video here. It's not the only thing we're going to talk about, but it's definitely what I wanted to say out there, get that out there, and let you guys know that I will be pretty much soon. We'll be working very hard to go back to the way it was, and then hopefully the everyone will come back, because I did lose some people there. So let's see here. Where do we leave off at here? Let's see here. That's right. Clothes and boots go to the bottom of the sleeping bag. Yep. The business side is so hard. I do not envy you. I have given up on making money so many times. Yeah, I mean, oh, hey, hello. I got some people I used to work with in here. That's awesome. I still don't make things to sale. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why a lot of my people, when I first started this channel, were hobbyists like me, and some of them were very good hobbyists. Like, they probably could take the time to make things. They're just woodworkers, and honestly, even if you just started, you're a woodworker. So, I understand that that's where I got a lot of people started following me from, and I got away with that because I was trying to get more people into liking the channel, but then I realized that those are the people that leave. So I'm just going to continue to do what I was doing before, like 3 months ago, when I was making videos that people liked because I liked the videos. And I watched a lot of videos before I started woodworking itself. And then during the process, and I learned. So I know what I like, and I seem to like the people that make good videos on YouTube. So I figure if I like it, then other people would like it, and I'm going to stick with that. And if I'm wrong, then so be it. Even if it's only this, 7,400 of us from now to the end of time, I'm happy with that. I'm still going to make content for us. Um, he has, I don't know what that is. So about 73. Yeah, it's full content now. Okay, thank you for answering that for me. Became almost all content, very few build. Yeah. All right, where are we at here? Let's see here. Don't compare yourself so much, especially to sellouts and chains. You do you. If you have time and energy to do what you like, then go at it. Let's see here. I'd be a fan. No matter. Oh, thank you. Oh, post happy streams. Now, I'm a huge baseball fan. There's a gentleman that I used to work with named Matt, huge into baseball. He also does. He does like now. I play video games, but I'm not good at them at all. But if you're one of those people who like video games and things like that, post happy streams. He also opens baseball cards and things like that. I usually just watch it for the baseball cards because I. Baseball fan. So, anyways, he's in there too. Yes, what Jonathan said. What thing. So that's where we're at here. So basically, the summer rough. Always going to be rough. So from here, I learned that next summer I'm just going to have movies and everything's in advance. Not movies, videos and everything in advance. In fact, I want to do a specific type of videos over the summer, so they kind of like boom, boom, boom. Maybe one topic, something to where it's always going to be relevant. That's the one thing about making videos as you can is like Stumpy Nubs is fantastic at this. Stumpy Nubs will make a video based off another video that gains traction, like that wood glue video that I can't remember the first guy who put it, but I watched his videos too. But the one about end-to-end grain, and then there was just a lot of videos that came out about responding to that video. Well, the video his video was like the first one out, and it was very good. And so anyways, Stumpy Nubs is good at that, and I want to be able to do some stuff like that, but during the summer it would be very difficult. Bill, lifelong friend there. The more authentic you are, and the more you show people love, some people will watch. If not, the best part of doing something you love, and it makes it worth more. Yep, I agree with you. Me and Bill were best friends for the longest time. I probably still would be my best friend, considering that I don't really have time for any, and that's probably why we weren't as we didn't stay as close as we were. But family, what are you gonna do? Ditto post happy, thank you. All right, so now the other thing I wanted to go over with you here before we get to the Q&A is to let you know that yes, I'm going to be making the change to the videos there, but I am also going to be posting some. I am still going to try to grow the social media, and that would be the other types of social media. So if you are on Instagram, I am going to be right now. I do share my Instagram and Facebook between the two. That's something I will not be doing anymore. I will have Facebook content because the Facebook crowd is different than the Instagram crowd, which is different than the YouTube crowd. So Instagram, I'm going to be posting a lot of reels, a lot of shorts, some videos on there, behind the scenes, and everything's going to go on the Instagram. So if you want to take a part of that, please make sure that you like my Instagram. After this video is over and it's posted, I will go in there and I will post the links to that, but the links are always in every single one of my other videos. Facebook is going to be, honestly, it's going to be more the personal side. You'll see some posts that I make. You'll probably see some posts about baseball on there. Giants are barely floating above 500, but my favorite player is getting his number retired on the 30th. I almost pulled the trigger to buy a ticket just to go back to California for that one game so I could be there, but I can't spend that much time and money away to watch Will Clark get his number retired. But I was close. I was this close to going. Anyways, and then YouTube was always going to be the informational long form videos. I owe a bit of thanks for the patrons that I do have. and I also owe them. So the first couple of videos that I will be doing will be patrons only, because they stuck with me through the last couple months when they got no content from me. If you want to get a hold of that stuff, make sure that you can get a patron. All my patrons will get access to early vids, get access to the videos early. They will also get specific ones depending on which level you pick, which I'm going to adjust those. So if you want to wait 2 days, tomorrow I'm adjusting the levels on that. And then lastly, on the Patreon, you do get stickers and a shirt. So there's two people going around in two different parts of the country with the Generations Woodcraft shirt. I am going to try to make those available if somebody wants one. And I'm still going to have affiliate links and things like that. So even though I'm focusing on content creation, you're still going to see the different ways. But every single thing, I will tell you that every single thing that you will see in my affiliate links are things that I use. And so far I've stuck to that. I've never sent an affiliate link for anything that I don't use. And you'll see a lot of affiliate links from one company in particular because I use that company all the time. And then, of course, you'll see Amazon affiliate links on there because, that's Amazon has everything you could possibly want. But all right. So the other thing I wanted to kind of go over with you here, let me get caught up on my here we go. All of the teams in the LB are definitely one of them. Go, yep, Giants. Yeah, I know you're a Giants fan. Who is your favorite player? Sorry, don't follow baseball. My favorite player is Will Clark. Always has been. If anyone of you are on my Facebook page or know me in real life, you know how important baseball is to me. Baseball is. I'll put it this way. There's three things that have followed me everywhere from when I was a kid to when I was in the Marine Corps to when I moved in with my wife in another city to we moved out to California. Three things that have been with me everywhere. My Bible, my cross from my grandpa Paulo's funeral, and my glove. That's how much baseball means to me. It always has. And last year I was out of my shop for 2 weeks because baseball season started. And that was also part of why I was out of the shop now is because baseball season, and I waited months after the release of MLB The Show. Yes, I'm a 44-year-old man who plays games, but the show, and I finally got it, so I spent about a week, but my wife was out of town, so I wasn't going to come out in the shop anyways because I can't leave the girls in the house by themselves. That would be silly. But anyways, so Will Clark's always been my favorite player. The Giants are my favorite team, and that's how much it means to me that I almost flew out to California just for that. But I did tell my wife that the next Giants player, I don't care who it is, I don't care if it's Bonds by the Players Committee, Clark by the Players Committee, or Posey, who's probably going to be the next one in, I will be there. I will be in Cooperstown. I will walk there if I have to. But anyways, so Will Clark has always been my favorite player. I'm glad you are refocusing and hoping you're able to make it happen. I have to go to sleep. But you're gonna love your realness. I'm looking forward to more. I appreciate that. Have a fantastic night. Yep. Good night. Appreciate that. Night. You got another night there. Good night. Okay, Jonathan. Everyone's wishing you good night. Awesome. All right. So I did get some work done though, even though I didn't make any videos. The work that I did get done in here. Let me pull that up here. Hold on. So first off, my uncle wanted a sign. So that's it. Let me see, right. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Let me do, okay. So hold on a second here. So that's the sign that I made for my uncle so they could put it out in front of their house. The whole picture didn't get in there. The other thing that I did was, of course, 4th of July came, and my family is known to be, well, I kind of did this one with Dad not being here. I had to make sure that I did him proud. So here is the Needless to say, I spent way too much money on fireworks, but if you ask me if I regret it, the answer is no. And then lastly, I just started, so I'm actually back in the shop making stuff again. Um, the If you saw my Facebook page or my Instagram, you saw that I made a Breaking Bad. Uh, Here we go. We always talk about the realness. I did make a mistake. Um, I don't know where I'm going wrong in this, but I know they make epoxy cutting boards. I know they do. But for some reason, when I poured epoxy into the cutting board that I made for my wife, and if you're on Facebook, I'm sure you saw it. I don't know if I have a picture in here. It was I think I showed it last time. It was one that looked like it's basically a cat from behind you. You can see its butthole. Anyways, the knife's making it to where it's cutting it up. But I know that they make epoxy cutting board, so I don't know if I'm using the wrong epoxy, if I'm not mixing it right. So I need to figure that out because that's not working at all. It looks like junk. So I'm making my first inlay. Not my first inlay, but my first inlay that I'm going to be selling. So I was designing the new one. So that's the last thing I did, except for today when I started just getting the boards ready for, to be worked on. What do you call plating it? So I'm going to be I'm going to be doing some inlay, which I'm pretty excited about. That's always fun. Takes more time, but I think I finally got my CNC machine figured out for that. But I think my next big project is me and my wife got some new furniture for the house that we needed. And we got two recliners, one for each of us. And then I'm going to put um, an end table between there. So I'm a woodworker who's never made a bit of furniture. It's all cabinets and things like that. So I think my next big project, my me project that I'm going to be doing, is making my first end table, and that will be the next video. Well, not the next video. It's going to be one of the next videos. I have some ideas planned for videos that I want to put out. Um, um, I think I may even have enough. I have one that I recorded and then I scrapped because I liked it, but I didn't think anybody else would. So I think I need to go back and redo that video. Hopefully, I saved it. And if I did, then we might get a video faster than I thought. But if I didn't, if I deleted the whole thing just off of the face of the earth, then I'm going to have to redo it from there. What do we got here? Jonathan Sanchez Hall of Fame. Maybe the Giants Hall of Fame. Nice work. Love that shape. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. All right. Oh, we are having some difficulties here. Hold on 1 second for me. If for some reason we get disconnected, I will put out a post on here, but we're having a little bit of an issue here, so just bear with me, okay? All right, let me know if you can hear me and see me. Hopefully, everything is back up to good here. Sorry for the delay there. Let's see. When you made your sign, did you use the keyhole app? I had fun learning the keyhole bit. Actually, no, because they were putting that, they are wanting it to hang over. So they didn't need a keyhole on it. Now, however, I made one for my own family. So a keyhole app, a keyhole is it goes on the back. It looks like a keyhole, and you use it to hang pictures. And so it's a little, basically an indent for the head of a nail, so you could stick a nail or screw out, and then you can hang it up. They didn't need the keyhole because Uncle John and Lisa are basically using some chains, and they're going to hang it, and then they're just going to be able to take it up and down. So when they need it, so we haven't used that yet. What do we got here? Good timing. Just changed oil and lawnmower and cleaned up. Plowed up couch now. Oh, nice. Oh, change the oil lawnmower. Oh, let's see here. Getting back to my workout. Have a good night, Phil. Hey, you too, Bill. All right. Oh, see you and hear you. Great, cool, wonderful. All right, so yeah, that's basically where I've been. I've been, just trying to survive the summer, reevaluating everything, and going to go back to the way things work. Excuse me here. I know I don't have a cozy. I should, but don't worry. I will not be using any power tools tonight. In fact, after this is over, I'm going to sweep, and then I am going to head back into the house because I am exhausted today. I don't know why. Probably because I'm fatter than I should be, but I am exhausted today. But as I was saying, let's see what I got. So that's what I've been working on. I made my wife something. In fact, give me a second here. Let me grab it. So if you're on either of those pages that I've shown you, you saw these, but I made this sign for my wife and I for our house. So I will actually be using the keyhole app on here. So I will be able to use that soon. This is the cutting board that I made, but I think I might have to. It says let's cook, so it should be a cutting board, but I'm hoping that if I let it dry long enough, I won't have any issues with the epoxy and knives on the epoxy. This right here has got some work left, but this is mermaid tail. This is decoration for our bathroom. And I'm going to be adding some, it's supposed to be all like, towel holder. So there's going to be a towel holder that I bought that I can attach to this. So that's what I've been working on. So I did get a little bit of work done. Let's see here. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Look forward to the next time. Oh, I'll be on a few more minutes, but yeah. And then in the future, when I'm still going to try to do these every 2 weeks. But hopefully when I do them every 2 weeks, I'll have a little bit more of a plan on what I'm going to say. This one was very impromptu. Like, I think I meant to do it yesterday, but I couldn't get around to it yesterday. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make sure I get it done tonight because it's been a while since I spoke to y'all. And last time I did, I think I only maxed out with 10 people. So this time we had almost 20 people on at one time. So that was nice. Going back to the way it was before. So apparently, I think it's also summertime. I know the first time I did it was still spring, and one time I think we had almost 25 people on here at one time, which, the amount of people that come on a live stream, sometimes they come in, they leave, they don't stay for the whole time. Other times a live stream on Sunday night, people got things to do. They don't necessarily want to sit here and listen to me when they can't fast forward over, all my ums and things like that. So the last thing I want to go over with you, of course, I always do a Q&A on these things. So if you have any questions you want to ask me specifically, especially about the last couple of weeks or the summer or anything like that, please do. If not, and if you're watching this later, if you want to make suggestions on any topics that you would like to see a video of, please don't hesitate to put it in there. And of course, I always try to answer. This time, I think I may actually I won't have to make any adjustments to the video. It looks like I finally figured it out. The audio and the video is synced up, and which is good because the previous live streams before this have been just awful to look at afterwards. And I think people go in there, they see my mouth moving and the words coming out. They're just like, I'm out. And I get it because I don't watch videos where the things aren't synced up either. Practice on scrap so you don't mess your sign up. Oh, okay. The trick is to cut at one pass. You change the settings in the manual settings. Yeah. I think I opened up the app and I designed it, but I haven't done it yet. And the reason why is because I still don't know if that's how we want to hang it up. I like the idea that my uncle had about the chain. That way it could be moved and things like that. It could also be decorative. You know, you can get a chain that kind of matches the color, or you can color it up yourself. But um, I know that I will definitely do that for this because this is going in the bathroom after it's all cleaned up. I'll tell you what, epoxy has been. You sound good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Epoxy has been the biggest. Oh man, I think the first time. So I'm on my second purchase of both types of epoxy. So I have a little bit of the deep pour, which is supposed to go up to a 1/4 inch, and then the surface pour or whatever they call it, flow cast. I think that's supposed to no. The yeah, that's supposed to go up. That's it's supposed to be an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch, and the other one's supposed to be a little bit deeper. Um, I got. I specifically bought a certain blue color of pigment um, and a white color of pigment, a silver color pigment, because I'm working on a birthday gift for someone. But the blue color pigment is because I have that one biscuit. I think I showed you all last time we did this cookie. It's called Nut Biscuit. And I want to make a. Everyone does river tables, and not saying I know I'm not one of those people who hate river tables. I think they're cool. But I also know that if I made a video about river tables, it'd be, you know, there's 800 of them. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. Um, I'm going to be doing a um, not a river table, but a island table. So I'm going to make that cookie. That cookie, I want to make it into a because it actually looks. It's got. Hold on a second. I'll just grab it. So it's got a really good shape to it. Almost kind of looks like an island in and of itself. And then all this right here is going to look like beaches and things like that. So, and I know people have done that before. I know I'm not inventing that either. But I do know that when I typed in island table on YouTube, there was not nearly as many as a what do you call a river table. So, and I wanted to make something like that. Excuse me. I almost thought about making that my end table that's going to go in between the two recliners, but that thing's so big I don't think we need an end table that big. So I think I'm going to make a like a poker table out of it, poker table. So it'd be round, and then when you're looking at it, you'd be playing on the island itself. All the chips and everything will go in the middle on the island, and you'll play out on the water. And then that way I can make it, a fairly decent sized top, and then I can put some legs in the middle, and then have space for how a card table looks. So a round card table, I think would be pretty cool. But that's going to be one of my videos as well. But anyways, I want to thank you all for being here today. I know that it takes effort to go on someone's live stream and listen to them ramble. It's been a while since I've been on, so the fact that you guys were still in, I see so many of the names that are always in here every time I do a live stream, which is fantastic. And so I'm so glad that you guys are always here. I just wanted to say thank you for being patient with me. I know that there's going to be some good videos coming. We'll get back to the way things were before. But on the other end, the part behind the camera that you don't see, I will still be trying to make my business work. But when I come in here to do the videos, it's going to be the hobby side because making smalls they can't get boring. I mean, even I was like, that's one of the reasons why I didn't make the videos because I'm like, I don't want to make videos about cutting boards. That's just because no one wants to see that. I don't want to see it because I never watched a video on cutting board except for the first time when I needed to learn how to make an ingrain cutting board. I watched one video, saw how to do it, I was done. Except except for what's his name? Except for I think I did this last time. I couldn't remember his name. Not Weber Workshop, I don't think. Guy's always talking about stealing from his neighbors, the wood from a neighbor. The funny guy. Anyways, someone in the stream will tell me who I'm thinking about. I'm having a brain toot again. But anyways, I watched one of his, but that's because I watch every single video that he downloads. Even if I'm not interested in the subject matter, I'm interested in him and I like his video, so I still watch it. He's one of the few that are like that. And then I realized that if I just do what I do, maybe I'll be that way as well. So I'm just going to continue to do what I like, and then hopefully it will work out like it was before. Nice to see you. Yep, Robert, you're always there on my, so I appreciate that. If you were here and haven't, please consider dropping our guy a like for the video. Oh, I do appreciate that support. What do we got here? I tried my hand at furniture. I believe I found my niche in small custom pieces. Been doing a lot of tobacco pipes here lately. Who did a video on tobacco pipes just recently? Not recently, but recently for me, everything's kind of been one day this summer. It was the dude with the beard. I got Bourbon Moth. Bourbon Moth did one on pipes and looked pretty interesting. I don't even know if he even had to. I don't think he spun it. I don't think he needed to. I think he whittled it and sanded it. So yeah. Don't let importer syndrome or anything stop you. If you run into something that would make a good river table, you do it. If you think it's been done, so what, do it. Yeah, I mean, no, I get that. And because there's videos I've made that have already been done before. And that's the thing is, at least the people who already like my channel, I mean, even I know that. So you have, let's say someone has 10,000 followers, right? The way it should be is that every time you make a video, you should have at least 10,000 views of that video. But not every video you have content for something that someone's going to like. So they may like you, but they're really not interested in that content on that video. So like, I don't dislike, no, I don't dislike any aspect of woodworking. However, if someone's making a video about making pens, I'd probably skip over that because anything with the lathe, I'm not into yet. I have other things I need to perfect before I start perfecting lathe. And lathe is just something that as of now doesn't pique my interest. But so like if Rob Kosman, who I watch every video for, made one on lathes, I may or may not watch it, right? But then usually you get the people outside of that. Now you have people like Cam at Blacktail. That guy kicks everyone's butt, and all he does is tables. Not even river tables, they're just tables. But they're big, beautiful things to look at. So, and I watch his videos, even though I don't think I'd ever want to make a table that big. I don't even have the space for it. So, I'm not saying I would never make a river table video, but I do know that for my first one, because I want to use that piece of wood and it just works out that way, I'm like, you know what? I can make an island table video, something a little bit different, and then I can make a card table out of it, which I wanted to do anyways, because I'm a poker fan as well. Now, don't have time for a bunch of hobbies, so you ain't going to see me at the World Series of Poker. But if you're in St. Louis on Thursday and you go to the Hollywood Casino, you may see me there at the 5 o'clock poker tournament just for shits, poops and giggles. So my question is, where's the best to advertise with River Table? Now, I will say this, as of right now, what I'm guessing about anything is your best place to sell, especially with the cost of gas so high, is to sell on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, as whatever your feelings are on Facebook, Facebook Marketplace is a great way to sell your stuff, especially if it's custom, because it's all local. You don't have to worry about driving too far, and the price of gas is getting to the point where it's almost as much as the wood itself. Other than that, you can always, I still have yet to sell anything on Etsy. Not saying I'm not going to, it just hasn't worked out yet. The way the summer's been going, I haven't had a chance to stock up like that. This one here was supposed to be, I'm working on a new website, and I'm going to have custom jobs, and then I'm going to have like everyday things and things that you just be able to pick. I want 5 of those, boom, things that I always carry, like staples. And this was going to be one of the staples. I still have yet to finish this one, and I put epoxy in that like 2 weeks ago. So I will catch up on that a little bit later. But so I can't really give any advice on Etsy. I do know that if you're making custom pieces, Facebook Marketplace and local is always the best way to go. Instagram. I can't tell you how many times I saw people sell on Instagram and I went to their page. Now I'm looking at other woodworker stuff. So I right now, even though my skills aren't as high as they're going to be later, I don't have like if my wife says I want to buy that, and I'm like, I think I can make everything. So, but I do buy things like if a woodworker makes something that helps me in my woodworking job, I do that. Like I already got a multiple things from Jonathan Cat Moses. And speaking of Jonathan Cat Moses, him and Tamara from 3x3, they have that router sled that looks pretty cool. She also had a video on how you can make it yourself, so it's kind of hit or miss there. But they also they make it out of a machine with plastic, so you also got that as well. But let's see here. I mean, yeah, definitely agreeing for sure. Don't do stuff you don't want to enjoy. Yeah, and like I said, it's not that I wouldn't make the video. It's just it's one of those things where, it by thinking, okay, if I know there's a lot of this video. Is there something else that I could do, especially if I do want to make content creation? So when I started, my dream was to be a content creator, not a woodworker who does content creation, not a woodworker who has a business and then throws content creation in there. And if I could support my family just by sharing my ups and downs with everyone, I definitely would. So thinking that way, thinking, okay, I know there's a lot of those videos out there. Maybe I'll try something else. Just let me think outside the box. And it just so happened that I was actually thinking that day when I went to go buy this wood from a local gentleman, and he said, "Would you like this? I'll throw it in." And then that's where it clicked. So yeah, I just started down the lathe path. Spent twice as much on accessories and goodies than the whole lathe cost. Slippery slope. I have heard that. I've definitely heard that about the lathe. The lathe to me, I mean, it looks. I can see why people find it fun. To me, it's not. I tell you what, I would do though. Um, I would, I if I did get a lathe, I wouldn't buy one. What does interest me though is making one, an old fashioned one like he had on Wood White Chop. That looks cool. I want to make one of those with move it with your foot and all that. I don't know if I'd ever use it. I'd probably just make it and give it away. But maybe one day I'll be able to get to that because I always thought that was cool. Hopping off, enjoy seeing you, bud. Will always do what I can to help. I appreciate that. I had always wanted a lathe, got one now, and it's a dust collector taking up valuable space in the shop. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Is it just because you don't have time to use it, or I almost bought a lathe. That was one of the first things I thought I needed, but I just don't use a lathe very often. If I had a lathe, I wouldn't use it very often because I haven't made furniture yet. Now, when I start making furniture, then I may want to have a lathe so I can make repeatable, um, like chair backs or special legs or things like that. But I kind of but then I got a CNC machine, so you never know. Let's see here, some more, but so satisfying after a little while. So we're talking about lathe. You're looking to get rid of it. There you go. All right. What do we got here? Oh, wow. I got a lot of comments on here. Let's see here. Even weirder. Alan Lacer is a 10 away from me. That must be someone that I'm not quite sure of. Must be a lather, a spinner or whatever you call it. I wouldn't mind, but I've got a daughter. I'd have to convince. She's wanting to learn it. Plus shipping it. Oh, okay. It's got to be, shipping it would be high, especially anytime you can get anyone into the shop with you. You definitely don't want to pass it up, even if you hadn't a chance to use it yet. I can see that. Only, sir, I meant yeah, I figured that's what you meant. I know I don't read these things out loud. I figure everyone else probably reads better than I do, so I'm just kind of reading it to myself. Just got tired of it. Okay, just got tired of it. Yeah. When I first started woodworking, and I say when I first started, I'm still kind of new. It's still barely been 2 years. But when I started, everything was new to me, so I had to learn everything. So now I'm kind of picking what it is I want to work on next. And besides, and smalls was the first thing I did because I wanted to accomplish something. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, oh, uh, da, 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 da. Just a little appreciation from a real woodworker that is honest enough to embrace and share. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, this is you're my first one. So let me put this on here. This is my first super chat or whatever it's called. So, Mr. Let's see, Fiddly, Mr. Bum Fiddly, I appreciate that. You get to be the first one on here, so I do appreciate that. I do try to just I think I think and I think I talked about this last time. I I probably think of the woodworking a little bit more. Um, to me, it's there is a aspect to it that is very. Uh, I don't want to say emotional, but the shop is a place for me to be. Not just a place for me to be, but it's a place that I learn. It's part of me. Um, and I think it's extra because of the circumstances of me basically finally learning to love what my dad loved to do after he'd already passed. So there is, I feel the connection, and I think that connection doesn't just stop. It doesn't. It's not just me who feels that. I think people who work with their hands, they have a connection to the things that they work with, and there's just something spiritual and emotional about being in the shop. And I showed a lot of that more in my first videos and learning from mistakes, showing mistakes, especially since I guarantee you half of the people watching this video have more experience with wood than I do. But it's just really nice to, to put it out there and say, because, not everyone likes to be in front of the camera. Some people don't feel like they can. I've been in sales for 20 years, so getting in front of the camera and speaking my mind, whether it's gibberish or not, half of the stuff you say when you're in sales is gibberish. I have no problem doing that, and because of that, hopefully it will get some people either back into their shop or maybe out into the shop a little bit more. Or just to kind of, oh, I remember when I made those stupid mistakes, or I almost did that mistake, and you just never know. So I do appreciate you, and I appreciate you, being my first super chat here. I understand I've got 2 daughters and a son, and I love that love helping me work. That's awesome. I can get my girls in the shop, but once anything gets noisy, they're gone, and they wouldn't be able to help me anyways. It just didn't work out that I wasn't able to do much with my son in the shop this summer. I had videos I had planned, but he needed to get a job for money and stuff like that because college is not cheap. And then we did get him a car though, so now he'll be able to drive himself home. Well, I guess home, as in where he's going to next. I think it would be cool to turn bowls or do some epoxy and wood lamps. But when you're talking real estate in shop, I don't think I'd use it enough. Yeah, and then that's one of the things. Like if you watched my video on how to make space in your shop, because I mean, there's a lot of things I do well, and I think I have a pretty good, like I still have enough room in my shop to be able to. I could lay down in the middle of my floor, and I still have everything in a place here. And I always said you need to kind of put, a number on things. 1 being what you're going to use the most, 2 being what you're going to use the least, 3 going to be, and a lathe would be pretty low on that list. And then, I just don't have the space for it. What I really needed was a drum sander, and I finally got that. And that takes up almost as much space as that's like my second highest footprint thing there. But yeah, a lathe would be something I don't think I'd use very often. Now that may change when the first time I get a lathe. I do know that my uncle is going to be giving me a big burl that he has in his house on one of his trees in the backyard. He's going to cut that off. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I may use it for a bowl. So maybe I want to turn something one day just because I have a burl that I want to do that with. Oh, wait, what was I? Yeah, there it is. Okay. I've forgotten that you're in Missouri. I watch a guy outside of Rolla that's a Luther working on stringed. that a luthier working on string. I guess I'm not catching what I'm missing there. Maybe I do know that apparently Mark Spagnola finally moved to Missouri. I don't know what part of Missouri he's at, but and I'm sure he's not watching this. But if anyone knows Mark Spagnola over there on his channel, the Wood Whisperer, hopefully I'll be able to meet him one day at the Woodcraft in St. Louis. Maybe one day he'll just be there buying something. So I'll be like, hey, I know you. I joked with my wife and I said, I'm going to meet him in Woodcraft one day. And I'm going to go, hey, I know you. You're the Wood Whisperer. And he's going to be like, yeah, aren't you the guy from Generations Woodcraft? Around here, Detroit area, we have places you can go and pay a small fee that has any woodworking or metal working tools that you can use. Or that's cool. We need something like that here for sure. That's very common, Matt, though I've enjoyed chess pieces the most. Oh, I could see chess pieces. I'm not very good at the game, but I think that's on my list of things I want to eventually make is a chess piece. I think a life-size one would be cool, but that would be a lot of wood. I watch for how he does his finishes on the guitar. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what he is. He's a gotcha. A lot. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry about that. There's a leak. There's a leak in there, apparently. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. There's a leak in there. I thought I turned it off. I got a lathe that turn knobs, cabinet doors and drawers, turning pins and seam rippers is just a bonus. Oh yeah, turning knobs, that would be cool. And for closet doors, that way you don't have to buy them, and then you can make them out of, what you want to make them out of, and make it match and all that. Nice. Did you get your sander working now? I did. Apparently I'm just an idiot. What happened with the sander was, well, let me go back. So when I first got it, I switched it from 220 to 110, and it didn't work. And then I took the motor all the way apart and actually lost a piece, and it still wasn't working. And it comes to find out that I just did not open the secondary motor and change the wiring on that. So when I finally realized what I'd done, I changed the wiring there, and it's working just fine. Except for the fact that it kept, even when I had my desk deputy on there, it kept basically tripping my breaker. Well, part of that is because the breaker's it's a smaller one. So, and I'm not an electrician, so don't take anything that I say as gospel. But I think it's 125 is the breaker box, and I basically got everything running to that. So what I had to do was I had to put in another 110 breaker independently. So that the drum sander is only working on that. And since then, I haven't had any issues. Now, the problem is I can't put in another 220 now because I don't have enough space for 220 unless I would upgrade the whole breaker box. And I will not be doing that. That is not anything that I need to do. So I will not be getting any more 220 tools because I don't have the space for it unless I want to run it off of the other 220. But I have my really that 220 only has my heater on there. So not too far. I'm down in Mississippi. Okay, cool. Medium lathes are a Goldilocks fit, big enough to do near anything that doesn't have a big cast legs, or just take a large. I'm assuming that's mini lathes. That's the one that I was looking at when I was looking at lathes, was like the $300 Grizzly one. The smaller one that you can basically put on a flip card or hide underneath, underneath the table until you actually need it. Thanks for the tip. And trust me, I have no space for a lathe neither. I mean, that's the thing about us. We're always going to find space if we want it, right? Somehow, somewhere we'll find the space. That's what, you can pull things out later if you need them. In fact, I actually need to make another flip cart. So when the girls go back to school, And I think that's going to be another video too, is I'm going to redo a flip cart. I don't know if I'm going to just replace that one because there's some things about it. It's floppy. I thought it would be stiff enough, but it's not. And so I'm going to replace that one with the new flip cart. So that's going to be fun. All right, so I guess it's been an hour now. My voice is starting to go, and it is late. I'm exhausted, and I still have to finish my beer. So I want to thank you so much for being here today. We're going to try to do this again. Now, I'm going to go back to the Wednesday schedule. So that means 2 weeks from Wednesday will be the next live stream. If you follow me on Instagram, I still have yet to do my first live stream there, but you might see it pop up because that's something I plan on doing. Those will be pop-up live streams. Like I just be getting on there for no reason. I'm going to try to see if I can get some people to visit the channel. Someone might want to talk to us or give us some information and stuff like that. So maybe that's something I'll be able to bring along in the next couple months. They sometimes sew smaller breakers so you can fit 2 tools in a slot. I think they call them half heights, I think. I'll have to look into that. Electric is something that I do not know. The fact that I was able to put in a 220 here when there was no 220, so everything all the way back down to and put in, and I took out the first thing I did was take out my ceiling fan that was in here and put in a plug. And I was so scared that I did it during the daytime. I had my phone in my hand with me and I had like 9-1 pressed. And then because I just didn't know, I had no confidence doing any of this stuff, let alone electricity. But anyways, still standing, so I'm doing okay here. Looking forward to watching your channel grow, my friend. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm hoping it does. But I'm also going to look into it as, okay, if it doesn't, I'm still going to make videos for the 7,400 of you that still like me. All right. You guys have a fantastic night. I will see you all in a couple weeks. Hopefully, I will be able to get a video out there before that. And if you want to see things in the meantime, I'm going to try to post stuff every other day for sure on Instagram, and you can follow at Instagram. It's just Generations Woodcraft pretty much and everything. You guys have a fantastic night. You be safe, and we'll see you again.